in Genesis 10, but I just wanted to mention I saw a fantastic YouTube on the topic of Noah and Ham uncovering Noah's nakedness when he was drunk from his vineyard. It is brilliant. I'm going to write it in the comments below where you can find it. It was so well researched, and anyway, because we just read that a couple chapters ago. So also I wanted to mention Allie Beth Stuckey did a fantastic YouTube on Martin Luther King Jr. and how he was a Marxist and an adulterer. But nobody talks about that. So you gotta check out her YouTube. Okay, Genesis 10. This is the account of the families of Shem, Ham, and Japheth, the three sons of Noah. Many children were born to them after the great flood. The descendants of Japheth were Gomer, Magog, Madai, Javan, Tubal, Meshech, and Tiras. The descendants of Gomer were Ashkenaz, Riphath, and Togarmah. The descendants of Javan were Elisha, Tarshish, Kittim, and Rodanim. Their descendants became the seafaring peoples. Another cool thing is there's this theory that Genesis 2 is when God made male and female all around the world, and Genesis 3 hones in on God making Adam and Eve, thus going down the genealogy to Jesus, because the whole Bible's about Jesus. Fascinating stuff. Bible study is so exciting. Okay, verse 3, the descendants of Gomer. Oh, I did that. Seafaring peoples that spread out to various lands, each identified by its own language, clan, and national identity. Verse 6, the descendants of Ham were Cush, Mizraim, Put, and Canaan. Now, what's interesting about this YouTube I saw of this guy who knows Hebrew and everything is that he believes that the sin Ham did to his father wasn't just merely looking upon his nakedness, that it was, well, you'll have to watch it, not paternal incest, but maternal incest. Because, I could go on and on. He describes it better, explains it better. But it gives reason of if Canaan, the son of Ham, if Ham was cursed because he had incest with his mother, and Canaan, his heir, was inbred, that's why God cursed Canaan. And remember when God told Israel to wipe out the Canaanites? Okay, it's so fun to study the Bible. Okay, descendants of the same verse 6, the descendants of Ham were and Canaan. The descendants of Cush were Seba, Havilah, Sabta, Rama, Sabtica. In the popular baby names book, no one ever uses these names. Interesting. Sometimes. The descendants of Rama were Sheba and Dedan. Cush was also the ancestor of Nimrod. I heard of him. Who was the first heroic warrior on earth. Since he was the greatest hunter in the world, his name became proverbial. People would say, this man is like Nimrod, the greatest hunter in the world. He built his kingdom in the land of Babylonia. With the cities of Babylon. Ooh, bad. Erech, Akkad, and Canaan. From there, he expanded his territory to Assyria, building the cities of Nineveh, heard of that, Rehoboth, Kala, and Resen, the great city located between Nineveh and Kala. Mizraim was the ancestor of the Ludites, Anamites, Lehabites, Naphtuhites, Pathrusites, Casulites, how am I doing, Paul, with the ites? From whom the Philistines came. Canaan's oldest son was Sidon, the ancestor of the Sidonians. Canaan was also the ancestor of the Hittites, Jebusites, Amorites, Girgashites, Hivites, Archites, Sinites, Arvadites, Zemarites, and Hamathites. You know why there's so many people in the world?
Don't forget the Bud Lights.
Ah! Good one, Paul. Isn't he funny? So funny. Good one. The people keep having babies because they keep falling in love. So many babies. Okay, the Canaanite clans eventually spread out, and the territory of Canaan extended from Sidon in the north to Gerar and Gaza. Gaza is in the news today. In the south and east, as far as Sodom, Gomorrah, which was zapped, Admah, and you can look at YouTube, the archaeological remains of Sodom and Gomorrah, and Zobalim near Lasha. These were the descendants of Ham, identified by clan language, territory, and national identity. Descendants of Shem. Sons were also born to Shem, the older brother of Japheth. Shem was the ancestor of all the descendants of Eber. The descendants of Shem were Elam, Asher, Arphaxad, Lud, and Aram. The descendants of Aram were Uz, Hul, Gether, and Mash. Arphaxad was the father of Shelah, and Shelah was the father of Eber. Eber had two sons. The first was named Peleg, which means division, for during his lifetime the people of the world were divided into different language groups. His brother's name was Joktan. Joktan was the ancestor of Almadad, Sheleph, Hazar, Maveth. You know, my daughter Aubrey's pregnant, but I don't think we should suggest any of these names. Obal, Abimael, Sheba, Ophir, Havilah, and Jobab. All these were descendants of Joktan. The territory they occupied extended from Mesha all the way to Sephar and the eastern mountains. These were the descendants of Shem. Let's see. Identified by clan, language, territory, and national identity. These are the clans that descended from Noah's sons, arranged by nation according to their lines of descent. All the nations of the earth descended from these clans after the great flood. Yeah, so it's exciting because, you know, if you check out the biblical archaeology being done in the Middle East, they're still finding, stuff. And, you know, like the Shroud of Turin, they're finding stuff, and it's exciting because it confirms the accuracy, the historical accuracy of the Bible, the Word of God. That was funny, Paul. You're welcome to add any little jokes in my Bible project. This is my Bible project. Okay, see you later.